It's time for James's Idiom of the Week.
We usually talk about social idioms and social expressions in the Idiom of the Week segment. Today, however, I wanted to introduce you to 5 important business idioms. Yeah, we don't just use idioms in everyday conversation, but also business conversation. Idioms, are quite common in business, especially sports idioms. Yeah, there are a lot of sports idioms that are used in business conversations. And we'll save those for another day. We won't do those ones. But here are the top 5 most important business idioms you need to learn. All right, number 1, the bottom line. The bottom line. Now, this is a very common business expression, which means the final outcome, the most important point in business. It actually comes from business financial statements. The bottom line on a financial statement shows if you made a profit or not, if you made money. Yeah? I mean, that's why you're in business, right? So that is really important. So the idiom, the bottom line, is something that is very, very important. So if you hear your boss say, the bottom line, that means something very, very important. So in a sentence, we might say, the bottom line is that we must finish the project by 9 p.m., or the bottom line is we must fly to Tokyo, all right? So when he's using that expression, or she, because it could be a female boss, all right? It could be that this is something very, very important. All right, number 2, call it a day. Call it a day. So when your day is over, it's 5 p.m. and you're finished work, or if you're in Japan, it's like midnight when you finish your work, or in Korea or China. Then you could say, well, I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to call it a day. And that means, I'm finished. Whew, work is over. Hopefully, you are very tired from your work. Number 3, back to square one, or back to the drawing board. All right, back to square one, or back to the drawing board. These 2 idioms are very similar, and they simply mean it's time to go back to the beginning, to start over, do it again, because something is not right, something is not working. And actually, it's kind of a sad business idiom. Yeah, if your boss says, well, James, it's back to square one, and you just like, OMG, oh my God. Well, that means you got to start all over again, back to square one. Number 4, bring something to the table. Bring something to the table. That means to bring something of benefit to a job. It could be like a special skill. It could be some sort of experience. You're bringing something useful to the job. So in a sentence, we would say, Bob, we need someone who can bring a positive attitude to the table. Bring a positive attitude to the table. Or you could say, we need someone to bring accounting skills to the table. All right, so they bring some skill or experience to the table, to the job, to the company. All right, and the last one, number 5, the 11th hour. The 11th hour. This idiom, this business idiom, means something that changes or something that is done at the very last possible minute. All right. I remember in my situation, I changed the name of my school at the 11th hour. Yeah, I did. It's true. We had created a logo. We had created kind of a marketing plan, but we didn't print it all out and put it out in the public yet. Then, at the 11th hour, at the last moment, I changed the name of my school. True story, yeah. We're going to talk about that one time, yeah? It was a good name change. So, The bottom line is that you need to study idioms every day if you want to bring your English skills to the table. And now, I'm going to call it a day. And that is the idiom of the week.
Don't forget to follow James on Instagram at Connect with James for fun photos and updates on future episodes.